Dawn, where were we?
That's a good question.
When we figured out that it had gone.
We were talking about, I think, were we talking
Flower
about the round things? We had talked about that one, and then there was like the mess one, and then we talked about Erica's Knitter's Almanac thing, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Was that the last thing? I hope they got that. That Erica almost got asked, or almost got a picture of her projects in the revised version of the Knitter's Almanac. That would have been super cool. Like,
I think we did get that. I know that
would have been.
You'd have had to like gild the book or something. I don't know.
I know. They did send me a free copy anyway, even though I didn't get included. But
nice.
Anyway, so this is the second pie shawl. That will be the next project I work on finishing. That edging, because I think I can handle that. That would be fun.
Pretty.
And I actually have a good chunk of knitting crafting time coming up because I'm traveling to Indiana with my daughter's soccer team, and we're taking a bus. We chartered a bus, so I'm gonna have. I don't even know how long it takes to get to Indianapolis. I think it's at least 9 hours. 9 hours of knitting time.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to Gary so I could go, Gary, Indiana, Gary.
No. We will go through Gary, though. You kind of have to, but
it smells great.
It doesn't. You don't want to get out the bus in Gary. Sorry, Gary and Garyanians.
Is it a cow town like Coalinga, California?
No, it's a paper mill.
Yeah, it's a very unique odor.
Yeah.
Yep. But so I bet I can finish that by the time we speak next week. We'll see.
Woohoo!
What else? Oh, so then a lot of the things I found were things like this. That had a part of a thing in it.
It's a part of a thing.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know what it was because of course I didn't. It's crochet, but I didn't enter it in my Ravelry, and I didn't leave myself any notes. So I'm gonna have to. I like the texture a lot. It's a. It looks like it's double crochet, maybe with some single crochet rows thrown in. And it's in Bryers Rose Sea Pearl. I do know that about the colorway, or about the yarn base. But we'll have to see if I can figure out what I was doing and write myself some notes this time. So this is why I decided my life needs a bullet journal. Because
Yep.
otherwise I end up with lots of this and have no idea what it is. But then hiding in there was another one of those lovely crochet hooks. Those hand-turned wooden crochet hooks. I had another one.
Oh, wow.
That's hiding in there. So I at least know what hook I was using. So maybe I can figure it out. We'll see.
Too funny.
Yeah, I know. So there were lots of those partially started. I'm sure I saw something or was just like, I don't know, inspired by something to start something, and then got distracted again. I'm like the biggest ADD crafter ever.
I think we all feel that way about ourselves.
Yeah, I think there's a competition.
Yeah, well, I'm doing really well this week. And then I found a full bobbin that was all wide, and I just had to wind it off and wash it, which I did. So here it is. It's like whites and a progressive blues. It's just a basic 2-ply. And I did not have the tags, were not with the bobbin, so I'm not exactly sure what the blue yarn base is.
It's beautiful.
But I know the cream was an organic merino.
What's the yardage that you got on that?
I would have to count it. I haven't counted it yet. But we'll find out.
So pretty.
Yeah. I thought I'd do a big circular cowl, maybe.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That was nice. So that was fun. I didn't even remember spinning it. So
Again.
Sleep spinning.
sleep spinning, or maybe I don't know. No, I obviously spun it. I just, I don't know. 46, 3 kids.
That's what happens.
They ate
You're
all
a
my
puppy.
brain cells.
You're a puppy.
They ate all my brain cells. I don't remember anything anymore. So yeah, that's kind of the fun I had in my craft room this weekend. I'll show you. I'll bring more of it over the next couple weeks to show you, but that's probably enough for today.
I have
awesome.
two more things. I have just a little spinning update. This is the same cup that I had last week. It has grown a little bit, but not a ton.
That's pretty.
It's the same Be Myself fiber. But remember my random craft. Hey, you guys got any great ideas for how to hack this foosball guy into a bride and groom?
Yes.
Well, Andrew just barely was able to fit a toilet paper tube on it, but then he didn't like it, so he just printed out and then used packing tape. And here we have one of our grooms. There is fun.
I
Ready
love it.
to kick some foosball butt. And I'm not positive this is how we do the skirt on the dress, but here is Sing with her gown.
Nice.
That is
And all
awesome.
that is of course I dropped it. Where did it go? Oh, right here. Is 2 9-inch rounds of tulle that you buy at the craft store. They are made tulle circles, 9 inches, 75 pieces, so I can screw up a whole bunch and still have enough. I considered getting the package that was only 12 because I only needed 6, but because they had little jewels around the edge, it was as much for 12 of those as it was for 75 of these. So I said,
Yeah.
And then the other team is assorted Marvel comic villains. This is apparently Green Goblin.
Nice.
So
I like that.
They've got
No.
Uh-oh.
Did Erica freeze for you?
Yep.
who would love it. So
Oh.
that's my weird.
Wait, I can hear her now.
Yep. We lost a bunch of you, Erica. The stream cut out.
After Green Goblin.
Yeah, right after Green. He scared everyone.
Oh, that Green Goblin.
He's pesky. That.
Yeah.
You never know what he's up to.
So I collected about 6 or 7 toilet paper tubes for no reason because we ended up not using them. But oh well.
But that's fun because then
Nice.
you have them for other stuff.
Honestly, I should be collecting them anyway because we are a few weeks into a 2-month rotation of teaching 4-year-olds and kindergartners in Sunday school, and we're bound to have a craft come up where we need toilet paper tubes. So I really should be collecting them anyhow. So.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I have my big bag in the Bat Cave, and it's that deep.
Big.
It's like an IKEA, those big blue IKEA bags.
Oh, love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And since people liked my mug last week, I brought a different one this week.
Yay!
It says Purgatory, and then the written in the phonetic spelling like you would find in a dictionary, and it says noun. The anguished, prolonged period spent waiting for a fresh pot of coffee to be ready. So.
That's like the watched pot boiling, not boiling.
Right. Exactly.
Which was a joke in 3 Men in a Boat this week.
Ah,
Who knew?
who knew?
These things go so far back. Often.
That's cool.
In fact, I got a voicemail from a woman in France today. She lives near Normandy. She just found the podcast and she's gone back to Jane Eyre, and now she's listening straight through from Jane Eyre. But she was commenting on how many things that are, yes, I know, that seem to be so like, oh, well, that's just a modern thing. It's so not just a modern thing at all. It goes way, way back. And the only thing I have to share is, Dawn, you'll laugh. My sister, several years ago, started one of your patterns, Dawn, because she's a crocheter, and then she left it here.
One of the ones from the book?
Yeah, so this goes back to the very first What Would Madame Defarge Knit, and it goes to, which, by the way, the pictures of your, not only your versions, but other people who've made versions of this, they are gorgeous, but this is Dawn's
yay!
Wolf Slayer pattern, and my sister she'd made a mistake, and I couldn't figure out what was going on last night, and I realized, oh, she didn't have a ruler with her when she was working on it. I think that's why she probably left it here, was to say, okay, fix this. But she did the hood in a variegated thick and thin.
Nice. I like
But
it.
the thing that I wanted everybody to see, if I can let me find a part where it would be most obvious, is the lovely popcorny, not popcorn, puffball stitch that goes around, that front, the front edge, and that's part of the front of the hood.
There's
So
my
now I'm-
picture.
Very squishy looking. Very squishy looking.
I
Yeah.
screwed that up.
Hey, look at that model.
Inch.
It's me. But see, you can see the edge a little. You can see the edge a little bit better there.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
I love
Yep.
that.
Very
Yes.
squishy, puffy bally looking.
That was fun. That was fun to make. I should actually make another one.
Yeah, I was working on it last night because I'm down on the just starting the chain extensions for the scarf
the
part.
scarf part. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's so much fun to work on, and there's enough variation in what you're doing, I think, to keep you occupied, but within that there's enough like long spans of doing that thing to make it not stressful, so you can just kind of do your TV knitting or do your TV crocheting and just kind of keep going, and then glance down and go, oh right, that's what I do next, and chain one and turn and head right back.
Yeah.
So it was really fun to work on last night.
Yay! I'm glad. That's super fun. You know, because my red sample, went back to Chris at Bryers Rose, so she has it for her booth. But I should make another one for myself.
Yes, you should. Yes, you should. And,
Which means, darn, I would have to go buy some Bryers Rose Robusta.
Aw, darn.
That'd be hard.
Oh, I'm so sorry to have put you in that position, Dawn.
Take
I
one for
feel-
the team.
Maybe I'll make that my carrot. If I finish how many of the projects I unearthed this weekend, I should set a number. If I finish how many of them, then I can buy some Robusta to make myself a new happy. What would the number be? I might have to have my husband set that number because I'd be like 5, and there's probably 5 of them that need like 10 minutes of work and they'd be done.
Yeah.
I maybe need an outside auditor to determine that completion rate.
Right. Right. And this 'tis the season for auditors, so I think you're probably going to have
Oh,
no
hush.
problem finding one. It's okay, I finished on time. Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, for the first time in
Jazz hands for Heather for finishing on time.
It was very not just on time, but a week early, so
Woo!
which is a massive
Wow.
relief because our entire refund that we're getting is going to go to fixing the car.
Isn't that?
I find it very odd that the universe seems to find some balance, some equivalency for money coming in, and oh, darn.
Oh, yeah.
There it went again.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think we
That's like us getting all our debt paid off and then suddenly getting a you let this bill fall through the cracks notice for a $600 bill. And something's like, well,
yeah.
that goes on the credit card, you know.
Yeah. That's last year we were in that. We were like, okay, you know, we're in this spot. Everything looks super good. And then we had a broken hand and a concussion within a couple of months of each other. And it was like, okay, or we're just going to be paying off our deductible now. Awesome.
Yeah.
The good news is then we had the rest, at least it was at the beginning of the year, so the rest of the year, you know, every time anything happened to anyone, you're like, doctor, right away, because it's going to be covered.
It's covered. Yeah. We planned Aiden's last surgery up, and we were like, okay, so the insurance is going to reset on October 30th, so let's have the surgery on October 25th. Just to
that's a we planned Abby's wisdom teeth removal strategically that way. We planned it for, oh wait, we don't have enough in the flexible spending account until it resets in January, so let's schedule it for like the second week in January, and then we'll have plenty in the flexible spending account to cover the part that insurance doesn't cover. So
yeah, I was a little ticked when all of a sudden they reduced the amount that you could put aside for the flexible spending account.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
That was really annoying. I agree.
Because family
We've
of
almost
four,
used up this year's.
Oh yeah,
We've almost used up this year's already. We've got like $180 left.
Yep.
We always put them at.
I can't even go look. I'm so distraught. If I look, I'm just going to burst into tears. And I keep thinking, why? Why would you do that? Who is benefiting from that, honestly? I know it's pre-tax dollars. I get that. But the amount of pre-tax dollars that it's setting aside, how does this help anyone? All it does is hurt us.
Yeah.
I have very little patience for garbage like that. But with Cthulhu running for president, I'm sure everything will be much better. And it's vote for the lesser of evils. And that's what the tagline was.
Yep. Which I thought of you when on my Twitter the other day, it came across the first official wedding in the Church of the Flying Spaghetti God happened happened, I think it was in France, like last week.
That's a riot.
I know.
Awesome. I did not. When
I meant to send it to you, and then I forgot.
That's so funny. I had the opportunity to become I don't even know what you would call it, a minister, a lay minister in the Church of Bob.
Officiant?
I could do Church of Bob, or I could have done the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster when I officiated at my sister's wedding, and then I decided to just go normal, but I still think I should have done Flying Spaghetti Monster, knowing my sister.
She could have been the first.
She would have been. I didn't even realize that.
But I bet she didn't. I bet she didn't dress up like pirates. They dressed up like pirates.
Oh my gosh! Awesome.
It was
my
perfect.
sister would have.
Yeah.
It's possible. Ooh, I have a question for the people who are listening and for you, Dawn. I asked Erica, and she and I both went. But first, I am so glad that Robin had fun when I mentioned the Neil Gaiman story last week, and Robin, ping me, and I'll talk to you about the flexible spending account thing, because it's not what you think it is. But my sister is 38 weeks pregnant, and she is having a horrible time sleeping. She just can't. She said she'll get to a dream state, but that kind of like spacey state, but she's not resting her body or her mind. Things that can be done, things that are safe, I need ideas to give to her, because I don't remember what I did. I know she's got the pillow under her belly. She's got a pillow between her knees. She's doing whatever she can do. But I figured somebody who's listening has to have some idea.
Okay. I was registered Kundalini yoga instructor, and I actually went out to LA and I trained with Gurmukh, and got registered in her mode of. Do you know who Gurmukh is? No? Yes? No? If you Google her, you'll know. She's a big deal in the yoga community. And she has, like, the prenatal classes that all of the, like Gwyneth Paltrow was one of her students and things like that. But she has a book, which right now the name of it is escaping me, and it's a prenatal yoga book, specifically. Okay. And I think there are probably some things in there, some really easy exercises and activities in there that might help her. One, I would say meditate.
Yeah.
Try to do some meditation before you go to bed to help your brain empty out. And maybe use some kind of either guided meditation or mantra kinds of things to get your brain... kind of jog your brain into a different track. But there's some physical stuff in there that I think would probably help, some exercises to bring you out of these chakras and into these chakras so you can that'll be more grounded. That would probably help. And then also, I think I want to say it's laying on your right side. For some reason, there's something about the energy channels, and it's either laying on your right side or your left side when you're sleeping. And I know it's hard when you're that pregnant to sleep on your side instead of on your back. But there was something about either sleeping on your right side or your left side that shifted your energy channels to let you sleep better.
And it's not just that, it's also that there's a nerve.
Well,
if you lay on the wrong side, you pinch the nerve, which I think impedes the flow of all the stuff that you want flowing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's your left side you're supposed to sleep on when you're pregnant.
That's what I thought too. I thought I remembered sleeping on my left side a lot when I was...
The hard part is that if you have problems with reflux, most people...
You want to go on the right.
You want to go on the right instead of the left. So a lot of times people are sleeping on the right instead of their left to keep everything in their stomach at night. But those are some... the wedgie thing. Yeah, those are some things that can help. I think.
And we got a comment. I drank hot cocoa mixed with milk and took hot baths. Not dangerously hot, but it is a really uncomfortable time all the way around. It's true. And my sister is just... high energy enough. She's always had insomnia, and so I think anytime there's problems with sleep, it's like, oh my God, I'm never going to sleep again.
Yeah.
Tara ate Tums 5 at a time. I understand, and hey,
I think we all did.
Yeah.
By that point, you're really always right here.
You're always.
But I can't remember if I said it on the podcast, but there was the Art of Charm podcast I was listening to when he had this guy on who's like a high-powered uber businessy meditation guy, and I thought, oh, you have got to be freaking kidding me. Who is this guy? But he had a way of thinking about meditation that I thought, God, if somebody had said that to me when I was at UCLA, I would have kept doing it, because I always felt like such a failure. But the whole thing that he said was, your brain is not going to sit still, so just give it up. It's not going to happen for a really long time that you're going to be able to get a stretch of time that's unbroken. But if you think of it as reps, because the goal is to bring yourself back to that state without stressing. So you go, oh, wow, look, my mind wandered. 1 rep, and we're going to bring it back.
Yeah.
We're going to calm down again, and oh, there it went again, 2 reps. And so his comparison was, you go to this coffee house, and you see some guy who's like, I was so completely into it that I totally didn't think of anything for a week. And you can look at him and go, yeah, I got 45 reps in the last 15 minutes. And I thought, oh my God, that's the way to think about it, for because if you remember that's what you're trying to train your system to be able to get back to that state when you're stressed.
Right.
And that never occurred to me before.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what you're supposed to do, and the reason I like Kundalini yoga is because it's about the process and not about the product. It's about the doing, and it's not about the look at how beautiful I can be in warrior pose kind of a thing. Do you know what I mean? And
Downward effing dog.
Right. It's about the doing and not about the perfection in the doing.
I love it.
So that's why I was and it's also, it tends to be a more active mode of yoga. It emphasizes breath more. It emphasizes mantra more. It emphasizes meditation more than a lot of other kinds of yoga. But what I was going to say about meditation is it's very interesting to me because different people's brains react to it totally differently. I tend to have a lot going on in my brain, but for some reason, when I start meditating, I can lose enormous chunks of time. And it's not that I'm conscious of not thinking of anything. Literally, all of a sudden, I can lose an hour and a half. So
that's kind of scary.
It is. My brain kind of likes that. Oh, you want me to turn off now? Okay, I will.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Forget the dinner in the oven.
But that is something to know if you start a meditation practice, because usually people hear, oh, it's going to be so hard, and your brain's going to fight it, and your brain's going to fight it, and your brain's going to fight it. That's not how it is for everybody. And you should know, because literally, like, I asked my yoga instructor one day, I was like, I thought that was going to be a 7-minute meditation, and she's like, sweetie, you were out for like 21 minutes. And I was like, oh, okay, good to know. Always set the timer.
Wow. That's like when we did. I was licensed as a massage therapist in an earlier life, when I was still in Los Angeles, and they warned us finally. It was like our last day. They pulled us aside and said, "So, people respond to massage differently.
Yeah.
And you will probably find some people who you work on who burst into tears.
Yep.
And it's muscle memory and the stuff that you walk around with getting released, because all that, the lactic acid that gets stuck in your muscles does.
Yep. It's
a storage battery. And wow, that's really scary when you're 22 and you're working on somebody and they just go like, holy, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do that to you. But it's everybody responds so differently. Yeah. It's freaky, and it's freaky when it happens. The one girl hit something in me, and I was back in first grade. I don't even know what it was. That it wasn't a bad memory or anything. It was just like a really vivid. I got the smell of the playground. Wow. This one area of the playground where we used to go. Everything, and it was totally unexpected and out of the blue, but.
Instead of a Madeleine, biting into a Madeleine, it was a push on the spot in your back?
Yep. It was my own little TARDIS. My brain was bigger on the inside, and I didn't know it.
Speaking of acronyms, I forgot. Heather and I discussed this earlier today. I have to show you my silly.
Yes.
Okay, can you see that? It says ACKD, Adult Children with Knitting Disorders.
Nice.
That's the name
I like that.
Of the knitting group that I theoretically still belong to, even though I very rarely actually make it. But I'm one of 2 founding members still left, and it's been 10 years now. But this is my dye class uniform. It has tiny little speckles of different colors of dye on it, because I figured was an appropriate shirt to get dye all over. So,
absolutely.
Nice. Okay, well, I found it, Heather.
You did?
Yep, it's called Bountiful, Beautiful, Blissful, and it looks like it's available on Kindle.
Even better.
Yeah, because with 2 weeks left, even 2-day shipping is not fast enough.
No.
Yeah.
No. And I have to warn everybody on the podcast this week. There is a good chance that I just may disappear.
Because where is your sister? Where is she?
She's only up in Syracuse. It's a 6-hour drive maximum, but she's nervous, and this is her second, and she had a really hard first one, 36 hours, and then an emergency C-section, and whoa. Okay. So I texted her and said, look, if you go into labor before Mom gets there, I'm just gonna hop in the car and drive up. somebody's got to watch her husband and the kid. Oh, I hope he doesn't watch this. So, yeah. So I may just evaporate for a week, but I figure everybody will be okay, and I'll give everybody a heads up this week. So, whatever.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that. I hope it goes well for her.
Life intrudes.
Yes, life every once in a while does rear its ugly head and say, "Hey, childbirth," or something.
Or something.
At least
it's always a something.
It's always a something. At least it's a happy something this time. So.
Yeah.
At least this is a happy something. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So it's now this, and the second is always easier. Yeah, I hope hers practically falls out because she did 36 of hard labor last time, and that was lousy. And then it ended in an emergency C-section, so she was not a happy camper. But we're very hopeful. She's got a good doctor midwife team. So, but it's 2:38. So even with all of our stupid dropping things, I'm going to do it the old way next week and just say whatever. We'll just go back to the regular chat window.
Because it seems like we had the problems anyway.
Yeah. So whatever problems, bandwidth problems, this way was supposed to help, it clearly didn't. So I'm done. I am done with them.
You're so done. Can't even.
I know. Whatever. It just makes me want to rap at them, is what it's doing, because Hamilton.
That's what I thought of when you said that.
Yep.
Hamilton.
Epic rap battles. Yep. We do routinely in the car driving. Thing 2 has to be Lafayette and Jefferson, so I get to be everybody else. which is it's a challenge.
Yeah.
But I can't do the fast rap. Lafayette's I'm taking this horse by the reins, making red coats redder with bloodstains. Which he does about 6 times faster than I just said it.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Which is funny. You've got Hamilton going on in your house, and we just took the kids to see Joseph again. And so my little guy, my 10-year-old, is now all go, 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 Joe. And Elvis, he's pharaohing and go, go, Joeing all over the house.
Oh my God, the Elvis Pharaoh killed me. I fell over. I thought I was in high school when I saw it, and I thought I was going to pee myself. I was laughing so hard when he came out.
It's still just as funny because this was the first time my husband had seen it too, and because we're just recently converting him to like musical productions. He's always been very willing to go to the theater, but there was this musical barrier. And he really, really enjoyed it. So that was really fun, and I think Elvis didn't hurt, and I think the cowboy number didn't hurt either.
Elvis never hurt.
No,
but
Elvis,
that's funny how much
kids
like musical theater. They just do.
They do.
Yes.
Yeah, which
they do.
I'm super excited. Our local children's theater. If you people, any of you, are in the Twin Cities, they're redoing Frog and Toad this summer with the original guys, because it started here in our children's theater, and they're redoing it this summer, and we're all gonna go again. So take your
anybody
kids
who lives anywhere near you needs to
drive in and come and see Frog and Toad at our children's theater, because they traveled to Broadway and did it, and it's remarkable. They did a really, really good job.
When my mom said, "Oh, I'm going to take you all to see Frog and Toad when it comes to Tucson," and I
roll your eyes.
Yes. It was like when she diagnosed me with the gluten thing, and I went, "Mom, it's always diet with you." It was exactly the same kind of comeuppance. It was like, oh my God, I can't believe I rolled my eyes at my mother over this. It's so smart and so fun, and we have the music is on Andrew's.
We have the soundtrack too. Yeah, it's very smart and it's very good. And actually, those two, the guys who play Frog and Toad, we are very, very lucky that they are they are part of the permanent. What do you call it?
The rep? The rep company?
Well, no, at our children's theater. They're permanent cast members at our children's theater. So
how long a drive is it?
We get them every year in all of the productions. We're really lucky.
how long does it take to get from you to Chicago? You have to go across Wisconsin and straight down.
Chicago's about 7 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. My little niece in Chicago would love it, but
yeah.
But they may be up in Wisconsin at one of the lakes for the summer though.
Yeah, it would be worth the drive because it is kind of remarkable.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you're in the Twin Cities and you haven't been to our children's theater, shame on you, because we have really good theater in the Twin Cities, but we have a very special children's theater here. So
you're so lucky. That's awesome. Yay!
Yay! Frog and Toad, everyone.
Yes. Big fat yes from Heather. Sounds like absolutely. And Blackalicious Alphabet Aerobics. Oh my gosh. Tara says my thing one is obsessed with Blackalicious Alphabet Aerobics.
Okay.
It sounds awesome. I have to look that up.
Yep. I was gonna say, and on that note, I'm gonna go search the web.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds like something I need to add to my exercise repertoire.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Let us know if we're gonna see you next week, Heather.
Yes, I will. I will send out an email blast if things go.
If things go.
The ward. To the maternity ward. All right. Have a good one.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye. Bye, everybody.